welcome back. Things to experience if your partner has PCOS or a biconate uterus. Things to experience: unpredictable cycle, that's unpredictable period. You have your partner have her period, maybe her 28 days cycle. That's number one, is unpredictable cycle. She must have had her period, and in between again, these are part of the things. If you're not experienced, and of course you're still in that journey of not understanding what exactly is happening. You see, I do dating to married relationship videos on my channel, but I have to share my experience because it is still on the journey of women into marriage, into relationships, because these things I talk about, they have broken a lot of relationships, they have broken a lot of marriages. No, marriages, because in relationship you don't have the opportunity to experience these things, but it is when you walk into marriage finally that you have to experience these things. I have asked here, or I have suggested here, that if you have money and you want to check for these things before marriage. I have a friend who actually checked herself because she knew about my experience, and of course, she knew about my experiences, and of course, when she walked into marriage, or before she got into the house, their time of dating that relationship, she took her time. She had enough money for herself, and of course she said, babe, I don't want to go through what you have been through. I have seen you, you're such a loving person, but in pregnancy you become something else. Especially your second pregnancy, you were just something else. You don't want to see anybody. It was just something else. So if this is the discovery, then I have to check myself and be ready to go into marriage, so that I am prepared for what I am going to be having, or what I have, you know. She had the money, and of course her insurance covered some part of the things, and of course she was able to do a lot of tests. She checked herself for STDs, for other things. What did she not check? She checked everything as a woman to be sure. I have one other friend again back in Abuja, Alice. She did the same thing, and of course she did the same thing. A lot of people, a lot of friends, people who are close to me, and of course they happen to know, and of course I share my experience with them, especially those of my friends that are not married yet. I share my experience with them so that when they walk in case anything happens, they can actually quickly consult doctors and of course run some tests on themselves, so that it is better when you understand what you're going through in marriage. Especially marriage, early days of marriage is not an easy one, because these days we want to go into marriage, or most of us goes into marriage, your mother is not there, your mother is not in the same city with you, your aunts are not in the same cities with you, and we don't even have that time where we listen to our parents. Most of our parents have not shared some experiences with us. Some of our parents are not even in school. Some people never read about some of the things we are going through. So it's good when you learn or you read about things voraciously, and you get to know the places where you fall in. Number one, I said unpredictable cycle. Number two is missing period. Yes, sometimes your period is missing. I experienced this a lot. Sometimes, even when I was not married, sometimes I have missing period. I miss my period for like 1 to 2 months. Then the third month it comes, and when it comes after 5 days, I experience it for the normal 5 days, 4 to 5 days, and after that, maybe 10 days later, or 8 days later, or a week later, I still have this period comes back in full, and of course sometimes it stays for 2 days, sometimes it stays for 3 days. So missing and of course in between periods are one of the things you see. Number one is unpredictable cycles, that is period coming in and not missing and coming in. Maybe you have 2 times in a month, and of course sometimes it misses. Number two is of course missing, like I said. Number three is the unpredicted sometimes you gain excess weight, unpredictable weight gain. It comes in, and of course you start adding, you feel okay, maybe it's your cycle, because we understand sometimes some of us have this system of your cycle is coming, your bulbs gets bigger, and of course you increase in size. Sometimes we feel that is the thing. These are some of the things to consider if you have some of these experiences before getting married, or you're still waiting to get married, or you're dating to marry. Some of these things you experience them. The next one is that when you have sex, you have it comes with some pains. When you have sex, some pains during the thrust and all that, it comes with pains. So those were some of the experiences I had. And of course, that there's this lower part of the abdomen, it comes with pains. Even when you're not married, when I was not married, I have this painful lower part of the abdomen at early days, maybe sometime early hours of the day. Sometimes it comes and disappears. I have mentioned sometimes I have severe pains before my cycle days. I have very painful periods. Sometimes it comes very painful. These are some of the things you experience, and if you're experiencing these things, maybe you have to consult your doctor. Don't just stay back and say, God forbid I will not have this. We see, from where I'm coming from my background and from the way I was brought up, if anybody tells me I was going to have some things in marriage which were painful times, I will never believe, because I did my prayers like a young girl, every other normal young girl, and I lived my life to an extent. I am not a saint, but I lived my life in such a way that I shouldn't have the kind of pains I had, but God put everything there for his own glory and for my own testimony. As I'm sharing with you today, I'm trying to school you, I'm trying to give you information on what my experiences were, just for you to learn. I'll share with someone that might go through this. The next one is that you have excess hair growth. Sometimes I have this hair, and of course I have the hair comes on my face, my cheeks, my neck. Naturally, I'm somebody that is hairy, right? But it comes especially on the face, hair growth on areas where you don't expect or you might not like. I have this excess hair growth on my face, and right now, you know, even after childbearing, I have 3 kids right now, I still have this hair on my neck, like on my chin, excess hair growth in places you might not like as a woman. Like I said, excess hair growth, I used to have it, especially before pregnancy or early days of pregnancies. I have this excess hair growth on my face, and of course it comes like, you know, very much of the hair on my face. So if you're experiencing that, it might be part of what is it might be part of your journey. You might be lucky, it might not be. Everything about you might be natural, but I'm sharing my experiences because a lot of people I have read online, a lot of experiences I had in this journey, a lot of people have them. So it might not be yours, but you can share the video because someone is going to learn from it. The next one is that when the moment you get pregnant, it comes with bleeding. You know, it comes with spotting, excess spotting. Sometimes it comes with full time, you will be bleeding, you bleed. Sometimes it doesn't even come. And of course, it's part of the journey. The next one is that you experience dryness when you're having sex with your partner, with your husband. You experience dryness. Most of the times you experience dryness, and of course, most of the times you don't feel like having time with your husband. You don't just feel like doing it. It's part of my journey, and I've read online it's part of other people's journey. So I'm putting this to detail so that it will help someone out there. The last one I can mention here is that menopause sets in very early. Yeah, because see, my period had started skipping even while I was still, even before I even got married. Sometimes I have missing period, and of course while in marriage and I was still having kids, I have some missing place, some of the months where I have missed period. And of most of the time when I have this missed period, I did not have my period this month. The next month when I want to have it, I can have it 2 times within a month. Within 20 days, I can have 2 cycles coming in together. So they are all things that are abnormal about people with systems like biconate uterus and of course polycystic ovarian syndrome. So if you're having these things, of course, things for you to really look out for, and of course try to check yourself along the line in the journey of your marriage and your childbearing, and for you to have it well. God bless you, and I hope these videos help. Like I said, relationship videos is what I do on this channel. Dating to marriage, relationship videos is what I do on this channel. I am not living what I am doing, but I'm doing this because it's my experience and I have my platform. I thought to share this so that it will help somebody, because ladies are watching my videos. I mean, couples are watching my videos. So I thought to share this so that if you have anything like that, you know that you might be on the same line with me, or you might be so lucky you're not on the same line, or you might be on the same line having one, maybe a biconate uterus or a polycystic ovarian syndrome, so that you pick the one you want. I mean, the one that is for you. You work on yourself better so that you can enjoy yourself in your marriage and even in your journey of building your beautiful relationship to your marriage, or building your marriage and your family. God bless you. I see you again in my next video. From here is love, and I remain your end Moses on the True Ways Relationship with God and Man.